In my idea of the ideal society, there would be a variety of fabrics available, and they would be coming from natural and synthetic materials, but they would never be harmful for the ecosphere, the life on the planet. Um, you know, and there would be really comfortable fabrics and all kinds of different textures and fuzzy fabrics, and there would be a lot of them, and they would be made from things that we grew or we messed with, but they wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be like if somebody lost their shirt and it stayed in the soil, it would make it like impossible for anything to grow there for like years. It would all not do that. And you would be able to design your own patterns and have those patterns made for you, and it would not require a huge amount of your effort or anybody else's effort, because people would have the materials for making the fabric and they would all be ready to make the fabric and stuff, and then they would do that in exchange for whatever you're offering, them. And you could have, any kind of clothing or anything that you could want. You could either go by other people's designs or you could get your own. And it wouldn't, probably be so monotonous, everybody wearing the same thing, and like same thing getting made every year, and like people pretending that it's different, or maybe like cycling which name of supposed designer they have on it, and definitely not made by people, like made by people who are happy to be making what they're making. Like, I'm doing this because I like doing this, and this is cool, and I'm paying attention to it as I'm doing it, and it's like, this is nice, and I hope that somebody loves this, and I put a lot of love into it. So, fabrics, in my vision of the ideal society, stretchy fabrics. I have seen a video on YouTube called Galactivation. There's a lot with that name, but it's of this type of fabric, which is like sort of fiber optic fabric. It has like a moving color pattern on it. It's a light. It's like if you were to shine a light into a crystal, like a quartz crystal, a green light, let's say, you would see the striation patterns in the crystal. It's like that, but with fabric. It's like kind of crystal striation patterns all through fabric. And this guy, he had a little tetrahedron solid shape built with that galactivation fabric all over it, and he was like pinching it and pulling it out, and like it was stretching, and he was like poking it. You should look up this video if you haven't seen it. It's really cool. And the wild thing about it is he had it connected to sounds too, so it could be like any kind of synthesizer sound, or it could be drum sounds, or you could probably input your own sounds, and it was activated and modulated by how you touched the fabric. So you grab and go like that. So I think it'd be really cool to have a shirt made out of that. And before I thought that, the first thing I thought was as the outside of an airship. That it would be a really cool airship to fly around in, like, with helium or whatever's safe to have in an airship, not hydrogen, and like that on the outside, and on the inside some places too, that galactivation fabric, or just, like fabrics, because I know the technology's been around for a while. I saw it on TV like 5 years, 6 years ago or something like that. It's just maybe not as profitable as it could be or whatever, but it's totally like, we can totally do it. It's just something about money or whatever. But fabrics that like can say words, and they can have any, I guess, design that you input into them, so you can like program your own things. That'd be really cool, especially if they were touch sensitive fabrics. It's like, what's going on in my stomach? I'm gonna paint the picture. I'm gonna check my email. Why not? Like, that'd be cool too. Now, all of course just not at the expense of anything, but just on top of everything. Like, let's just add the splendor, let's just add the abundance, add the goodness. As long as we have a good foundation, like, we can just build onto that foundation. What we need to do as a human race is remember that we need a foundation. Stop chipping away at our foundation and using it all up like maniacs. Harmony Love Now.